welcome to a long overdue Ask Britt Shit. I'm out of breath because I just went up the stairs, and I'm blaming that on still being slightly ill, which is perfect for this whiskey. Whiskey cures everything. Whiskey cures the common cold. It is scientifically proven. It's not scientifically proven. Don't quote me on that, and don't get me in trouble for your stupidity. Oh, better already. Our first question comes from Jeremy Kusklofsky. Oh boy, we're off to a great start. Last time you made a video, you said you started a garden. As a farmer myself, I'm curious to know how it went. Drink to my garden. So yes, I started a garden several months ago because I wanted to experience real life Harvest Moon / Story of Seasons because I've loved those games forever, and I always thought it would be fun to grow my own vegetables and be like, yay, I'm eating a thing that I grew. However, having a garden is a lot of work and it is a lot of maintenance, and as someone who is currently struggling to find the time to wipe her own ass, it was not an easy feat for me to tend to my crops. So unfortunately, what ended up happening was these creatures called rabbits. You see, they're very plentiful where I live, and they found a smorgasbord within my garden, and they proceeded to eat most, if not everything. So at the end of my harvest, ladies and gentlemen, I ended up with like 3 or 4 good-sized zucchinis, and a single deformed pumpkin. Out of all the pumpkins I planted, I only got one, and it was horribly disfigured, but I loved it anyway, and then it just rotted like last week, so I had to throw it away. The onions, the bell peppers, the hot peppers, they all demolished by these creatures called rabbits, you see, little bastards. This next question comes from Amira. I'm curious, why did you choose to do a podcast? Ooh. So I enjoy podcasting. Podcasting is fun. Since 2009, I'd say I've been on 2, 3, 4, or 5 different podcasts as a host, and it's something I've always enjoyed. And the main struggle that I found within the podcasting field is that the most difficult part is finding people who are as committed as you and people who are willing to set aside the time and like agree upon a set scheduling time, especially when you have like conflicting work schedules and blah, 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 blah. That doesn't answer your question, and I apologize. So I decided to do the What's Good Games podcast with Andrea, Renee, Christine Steimer, and Alexa Ray Correa because I respect all 3 of them immensely, and they all know their shit. And they're incredible people. So I thought it would be stupid of me to pass on an opportunity, I don't know why I said it that way, to collaborate with these 3 incredible women. And I thought that, you know, we could probably do something amazing together. And I've always done, for the most part, like I've always been a one-woman operation. And so I thought, okay, this could be interesting to work with other people. And let's see like what we can build together. And there's some other factors too, but like all of that kind of combined into like a stew of goodness that screamed, do this, you'd be stupid not to. And it's been amazing and really, really fun. So I hope that answers your question. That was kind of rambly. Our next question comes from Christopher. How are you juggling this insane launch schedule? How is anyone managing this release schedule? Am I right? Am I right? But seriously, I'm currently trying to finish and wrap up several games, like Zelda Breath of the Wild. I haven't picked that game up in a few months, but that's a video for another time. Super Mario Odyssey, Divinity Original Sin 2, which I really, really, really don't want that game to end because it's so good, but it's taken up like at least 90 hours of my life, and I still have another 30 more hours to go, and I'm loving every minute of it. However, there's a lot of other games I could be getting to right now, but I can't let Divinity go. Golf Story I'm still working on, and I haven't played more than 5 to 10 hours of Destiny 2 because other things have come up. So those are the games that I'm currently like mid-progress on. I just finished South Park, The Fractured Butthole last night. If you enjoyed The Stick of Truth, I would encourage that you play it. And then I want to hop into Assassin's Creed Origins, Shadow of War, Wolfenstein 2, there's so many other, Life is Strange episode 2, and then I know episode Ignis will be coming out at some point in the near future from Final Fantasy 15, and there's just so many. It's just never ending. And I don't want to seem like I'm complaining because honestly I'd rather have it this way than me be in a drought. But then again, if we're in a drought, that means I can play games I haven't gotten to before. So to answer your question, I'm keeping my head above water. I'm treading, kind of. Treading water and then kind of like sinking down a little bit and like getting across it. Our final question comes from Maxine. Divinity Original Sin 2. Thoughts? I love Divinity Original Sin 2. I love it so much. So like I said earlier, I'm about 90 hours into it, and I can say I've loved every single hour of those 90 hours, and I'm excited that I still have like 20 or 30 to go. I just got to like a new island, and something I love so much about this game is like the sense of exploration. Now what Larian did, and thank you so much Larian if you're watching this, I love you so much, they released the game with controller support and split screen. Now the game is only on PC, you can't get it on console yet. I'm sure that will change, but as someone who enjoys playing Divinity Original Sin, I enjoyed playing it cooperatively with the split screen because the UI is just so fantastic the way they handled it. I was really thrilled that I would be able to play it on my big projector screen with the split screen and controller support, so I can kick back, scratch my balls, and just like have a good time with my Xbox One or PS4 controller, whatever you want to use to play, it's up to you. The exploration in Divinity Original Sin 2 is just like, oh, it's so good. Now a few games do this to me where I feel like when I'm playing the game, I'm actually my character, and I'm actually exploring with other people, depending on like who you're playing with. But I get really into it. I'm like, okay, let's check this out, let's check this out. And what's so cool about it is if you're playing with other people, you can split up if you want to. So one person can go explore over here, one person can explore over here. You can reconvene and tell each other like what you found, or you can do it all together. And the worlds are super immersive, and there's so many details and like hidden nooks and crannies to find things, and puzzles that you'll stumble across, and random characters that'll give you random quests. It's just, oh, it's so good. The other part about Divinity Original Sin 2 that I love so much, and I also loved in Divinity Original Sin, is the combat. The combat is just so much fun to play with another person because it is turn-based, and you have a set amount of action points you can spend each turn. And the way you can work together, like I like playing on the most difficulty because I like to strategize with my partner and be like, okay, so I'm going to cast oil on the ground, and then when it's your turn, you are going to cast a fireball, and the whole thing is going to blow up, and then we're going to kill everyone, or at least catch them on fire. And it's so much fun to work with someone else, and I'm rambling, and I haven't thought about this like in my head, so I'm just spitballing right now, but it's really good. And the voice acting is so good, and the attention to detail, and the characters, and just all the story is so deep this time. Alright friends, that'll do it for this week's Ask Britt Shit. Thank you so much for watching, and if you have questions for me, feel free to leave them in the comments below, and I will appreciate it. And I have to burp, so I'm gonna cut this real quick. See, I did you a favor. No one wanted to see that anyway. Alright guys, thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time.